Why for the red? Skin is so pale, like some real Gregory, like diamonds on the hand. My mommy get mad, but I'm not a man now. There's no enemies right now. Why do they have to tear it down? Second my breath and the way to the top, all the way to the best. Oh no. I have to put that in probably. But anyway, my name is Bully and welcome to Fruit of Grisaia. Now, before I continue with the gameplay, I wanted to talk about some stupid comments that tell me to go with the red-haired girl. It's probably Makina. He said that he wouldn't watch anyone but Makina, and if you're telling me that you only watch my gameplay only to watch me do a route of Amane. If you just watch a gameplay only focusing on one route, you're stupid, alright? I mean, that... Does any gamer stopped in one route? No. Does any gamer stopped in one ending? No, because they're curious about the other endings. See? What I told you. Am I trying to make sense here? Am I making sense here, guys? Pretty sure I saw the comments. Eric Willow. I mean, seriously, why do you have to tell me to do Amine first? Why only Amine? Because of that, I am not gonna do the Amine route first. Because I'm going to waste your time by not doing it. Are we clear now? Alright. So where was I? By the time I return to my room, the sun is already low in the sky and the light is growing dim. I should probably put this stuff away before I get started. After opening my backpack, I pulled out the contacts out and began to put them away on the shelves I've been provided with. It's a real hell that I've got a closet. Things I can leave in a visible place and things that get to be stowed away in the back. Sorry. Dividing my possessions between the two, the latter are clearly more numerous. Normal, huh? While looking over my mounting of luggage, I mutter in a self-deprecating tone. As I work, the sun sinks leisurely into the sea. Alright. At my usual time, 4:55 a.m., I woke up in my usual day and ran the twice I marked down mentally on my way here. That is probably like the time for me to wake up in order to be prepared for school, obviously. To tell the truth, when I was stopped by the policeman yesterday, it was because I've been wandering back and forth in the same place while planning out the possible manners and routes. I woke at the usual time, ran at the usual time, and now I'm eating my usual breakfast menu. No different from the days I've been living together with my master in the mountains. My standard temper of living. Sorry, I have feeling I have less breath lately. If there's a difference, it's limited to the slight surprise I felt when I opened my eyes around the roof over my head. During my hike from Yamanashi, I've gotten used to sleeping in the open. So when I woke up inside the room, there's a slight feeling of unease thought. Right, I'm living in the dorm now. Sorry, hang on guys, I'll be right back. I'm feeling a bit asthmatic today guys, sorry. That mild discomfort hasn't disappeared even now I'm eating my corn cereal. It's hard to slow down each sudden new layer until it's ingrained with your scent. Even though I'll start living in this temple every day from now on, going to school every morning, so there's no real need to rush things. As I actively spend every day packing myself with... I actively spent every day packing myself with potentially useful knowledge, someday this sort of lifestyle might come naturally to me. The effort strikes me a little troublesome, but as my master once told me, when it comes to your life and your women... Women? This doesn't make sense. A little bit of trouble is just about right. Speaking of women, there's a simple punch that doesn't make them any less difficult to handle. I learned that much in my year living with my master. In my master's words. When you're a brat, wanting fast is enough to make you popular when you are a middle schooler. The guys who can fight all will be popular, and after it's the guys with braids who get the girls. In other words, one punch you read books and you will never run dry. What do you think? Certain sweet, right? It was her theory at least. I think she said well, always ridiculously simplistic. Honestly, I ignored those words with sort of first time I heard them. Our master was a woman who put her beliefs into practice. Every morning she made me run, and every day she hit me with a stack of books. Hang on guys, I'll be right back. Why am I feeling out of breath recently? Although I don't know if she's to blame, but I still run 60 kilometers every morning and habitually read books whenever I have free time. Sometimes she was hard, sometimes she was sweet. She would be a bit abrasive, overpowering her at times. But every once in a while she could get jealous that I could tell my parent would get all into my ears. That was my matter. A woman pig with a sizable build was nonetheless very picky about little things. I have a hard time dealing with large women ever since those days, but being aware of that doesn't mean that I can't fix it. Not that I dislike them on a conscious level, but whenever I see a tall woman that I can't help but feel every worry out of pure instinct. If you try to ask why I'm bringing up all of a sudden, well, that would be because I have just been reminded that there is a large woman in this school as well. That makes sense. Oh shit, door. Pretty sure it's the one with the cicada earlier. And I'm pretty sure that one's Amane. Since the place is a student dormitory, it's of course of only an actual community of students would already be living here, and it's highly portable that they have their own rules and that I don't know yet. Also, I'm a country heck fresh from the rural areas of Yamanashi, so it goes without saying I'm poorly versed in the customs and rituals of this land. I have no way of penetrating the depths of the significance that might be hiding in the action of that. At a glance, it looks like a simple case of bullying. What game is this? What are the rules? Pretty sure it's not making sense. Oh shit, sorry. I just realized there's a bit of a... Hang on. Where do I go to? Oh wait, I don't think I can... Wait, where do I go from? Alright, shortcut view. I can see from here. Jump to the next option. Text give while held down. Control. Display system menu. Escape. Reload. Toggle skip mode. Oh, wait. I missed strings. Overseas space floor. How do I check back? I don't get it. Okay, does this work? There it is. The puzzled faces staring back at me are familiar. Okay. Alright, I have to go back. It's a little girl and big woman combo I've heard named the Cicada Sisters when I first arrived at school yesterday. What do you think? That's so, that's supposed to mean I'm really stupid. Please call me mom and boy if after we've been friends for 10 years, Cicada Sisters. I saw the pair of you two from the gate yesterday. One of you was swinging a cicada around and the other was shrieking, if I remember correctly. Yo, I like the mechanic that they add a bit of a sweat, like from the last episode with sweating from the principal's. Now I'm seeing this. Wow. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, Kazumi Yuji. Just going, guys, must. I trust in my right hand, but the tall one in front of me is showing his arm grasping it. She's stiffened and on the spot, staring physically on my face. Sorry, I'm losing my breath. It looks as though she's even forgotten how to breathe. Tombstone. The big woman's photos and expression strongly melts as she lightly shakes her hand. That's an unexpectedly small but decisively cold hand.
Why do I?
The freaking English of this game. The freaking English of this game. The freaking English of this game. Iris Machina? Iris is a Greek god and isn't Machina a Latin word? Literally translated, it will be something a Machina rainbow goddess. What country are you from? Was she speaking English just now? That probably makes sense, despite flying in different countries. I mean, the majority of everyone knowing English, obviously. Putik naman, hindi magalang ng Tagalog o anong nangyari sa'yo. I see, well, good to meet you. Staring at my outreach hand in silence, Magdalene cleans the ominous bag as she's trying to hide herself. Tombstone. Which explains why she's very excited with the cicada earlier.
病院生活が長かったってのもあって、同世代の男の子が珍しいっていうか、どう接すればいいのかわからないみたいなのよね。
I would draw the hand I've been holding out toward the machina. There's no need to force her to deal with me in the first place, I guess.
いいのよ。そうやって甘やかすといつまで経ってもこのままなんだから。ほらマキナ、握手は？
Pretty sure she would react strange after I touch her.
じゃないわよ。ちゃんと挨拶できない子はおやつあげないわよ。
Is don't get any is not supposed to be an effective threat in this day and age? Or so I thought. But hearing those words, Makina bite her lips thinly and extends her right hand towards me with a stern expression. Sorry. I gently clasp her small hand and put the natural-looking fake smile I learned from the master. 私は風見裕二です。よろしくお願いします。
イリス・マキナです。よろしく。
Her voice is small and my body distinct lisp. Lisp. Okay, her hand is as tiny as her body and it's not like it's all like that of a child.
ねえ、怖くないでしょ。挨拶だけじゃなくて他に何かお話ししたいことは？好きな動物は何ですか？
I like dogs. What about it?
答えてから質問するのね。
I'm not really into this sure, but I don't hesitate when I need to come for the answer, even more when I have an important discussion to make. Compared to fun without even trying, I'd rather take action even at risk for a mistake.
かっこいい。
Are you mocking me?
まさか。
Then why would you laugh?
なんでだろうね。
I've heard answering a question with another question is a sign of stupidity.
あらそう。じゃあきっと私はバカなのね。これからは10年来の友達のようにバカねと呼んでちょうだい。
She's not firing back, isn't she? Got it, Mongo.
今はまだ笑ってるけど、次呼んだら怒るよ。
Well, you asked for it, Amane. You asked for it, Amane. What troublesome woman.
あれ、もう行っちゃうの？
I don't feel like I'm going to be late for my first day.
授業が始まるまでまだ1時間はあるわよ。
I'm used to waiting. I'll kill time sightseeing over there or something.
それが悪いとは言わないけど、変わってるね。
I get that a lot. Well, I'll see you in class.
あ、ユージ君、ちょっと待って。
Nani?
私からも一つ質問していいかな？
If it's something I can answer.
その。ごめん、やっぱいいや。
If you got something to say, spit it out. Don't need to hold it back.
また後で聞くわ。もう少し考えをまとめてから。
I see. I don't understand the top pants of large women. You must probably say, if you don't understand by now, you never will. But my own thoughts are more along the lines of, even if I couldn't understand, why bother? Donitaku. Having said that to Amine, I'm confronted with the fact that I have no sights of particularly worth seeing here. There is usually an hour until class starts. I've obviously woken up too early, so, well, still better than being late, I guess. Less well wait in the classroom. After my mom would those words just as I began walking down the hallway. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What the... I'm making my way through the classroom principal had described yesterday. I could hear something resembling a scream. No, not a scream exactly. Pretty sure it's a new character. The hell? Although it doesn't seem to be an emergency situation, I'm certainly a bit concerned by this sound that's dramatically out of place in the otherwise quiet morning schoolhouse. For the time being, I decide to approach. Okay. When I peer inside through the hallway window, I find a single woman shouting in the direction of the blackboard. Just from the fact she's wearing a uniform, it would be that she's a student here like Sachi, Amane, and Makina. Apparently, always on my presence, she continues her routine. As decisively inhaling, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Yo. I just realized the girl almost looked the same as the girl from Saikano. Like, the one who kept using her twin tails to slap, I forgot the guy's name, and, it's reminding me of her. It's totally reminding me of her. In one breath, she firmly lets loose strings of syllables familiar as vocals tuning its exercise. Is she trying to practice voice acting? Is that what she's trying to do? I was staring at the metal pad in her hand. She awkwardly but forcefully rolled herself phrases one after another. One after the other. Ah, sorry. It seems like she'd be best to try to ask her what she's doing directly. Is this a broadcasting club? Nice. I can't. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't. Anyway, back to where was I? It's about to my question. She's more likely my entrance. The woman leads on, shug, and draws back at the 3 meters. A good 3 meters. Desk and chairs clatter dramatically in her wake. No, I might be hasty to assume that form of vocal exercise at the drama club seems plausible as well. You seem to be trying some kind of lines. Just I'm getting ready to rephrase my question. The woman preempts me with her own. Me? Kazumi Yuji, I'll be transferring you as of today. Hi. Nodding as I walk a few steps forward and stand in front of the woman. So why are you doing some sort of rehearsal after all? Sorry if I interrupted. Okay. Which is it? I don't quite follow, but if I start asking questions, she'll probably get even noisier. So I choose to battle at least resistance. After I flop down on a chair, the woman smothers herself in a low but perfectly audible voice. In contrast, she delivers her self-introduction with an artificial brightness. That's all. Initials MM, huh? That makes sense with the initials. Oh, wow, oh my god. Whoa. Nobody said anything remotely like that.
あ、ごめんなさい。じゃない。そう聞きそうに見えたのよ。
Do what you want to be called massive is that bad? Do you want to be called a massive is that badly?
したくないわよ。
The face of Michiru. Wow. Quite an energetic woman. She drops subject and forged bravely on the head.
そう。私はこのクラスで委員長的なことをしているわ。だから何か困ったことがあったら、私に相談してもいいのよ。
What does that sort of mean?
それは委員長は他にいるからよ。その辺融通は聞かせなさいよ。
Fair enough.
妙に物分かりがいいわね。まあいいわ。それと
The woman's voice suddenly grows quieter.
前もって聞いておくけど、あなたは冗談が通じる方？
I wouldn't call myself an enthusiast.
聞いておいてよかった。
She clears her throat effectively.
じゃああなたは私のことを特別に名前で呼んでいいことにするわ。本当なら様付けで呼ばなきゃいけないんだけど、許してあげる。
But it says Michiru.
なんかまずいこと言っちゃったかな。テンプレではこれでいいはずなんだけど、やっぱり様付けとか言わない方が良かったのかも。もうそういう今のもう一回やり直。
Would you want me to call you Michiru? Yes.
そうよ。それでいいの。それで。
He left her with a silence. She hums herself and nods emphatically, apparently satisfied with this result. Next, she takes a colorful wafer for some sort of small container and crunches down on it vigorously. What are you eating?
あげないわよ。
I wasn't asking, I'm just wondering what those were.
ただのラムネ菓子よ。それがどうかしたの？
Ramune candy? Ramune candy. Is she referring to marble soda? Probably. I'm not sure. Mistake me if I'm wrong. That's so. From that way you're showing them off, I was pretty sure you wanted me to ask.
うるさいわね。あんたに見せるためにやったんじゃないわよ。あ、なんか今のうまくいった。多分今のそうよね。結構良かったよね。案外私素質あるのかも。
What the fuck? Okay. Okay. I got a strange sense of deja vu from her phrasing just now. What was it? One of those long archetypes that they put up inside trains? Since I don't ride them very often, a few titles didn't stand out in my memory. Right, they reprinted the idiotic article from a woman magazine of how to make a man fall for you. Shit. Purpose made to treat the quality out first in order to create the contrast for your affection when you make your move.
何いきなり考え込んでるのよ。でこういう時はなんだっけ。私の美しさにぼーっとなっちゃう気持ちも。でそれってなんか違うキャラよね。そうじゃなくて
So you're supposed to be a tsundere?
違うわよ。いやそうなんだけど。そういきなり言っちゃうわけそれ。
No. Oh, I can't. I can't. Okay. 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 Calm down. Calm down. Just calm down, please. Michiru covers her mouth with her left hand and staggers backward in apparent shock. Her reaction is a bit pausing, but I think it's possibly hit a bullseye. I see. I think I understand. You're playing a tsundere in an attempt to attract a male's attention, yes? But there's still some points I'm not clear on, like that hair that you're while you're bleaching it. Please, a genuine blonde would be has a natural tone, not that as an artificial looking gold color I've known a few. Is that so? Next time I have to visit America, remind me to pick you up some better hair dye. Speaking of this, I think I really want to dye my hair. I mean, I feel like my hair's been pretty boring recently, and I think I really need to dye it. I feel like my classmates would encourage me to. So as I was saying, why bleach it? And that hairstyle is a little bit odd too. That's not something that I see that often. The way it has to be? What has to be? Michiru begins to mumble her words under her breath as if it's to enumerate the curse's power. That how she described her tsundere curse in the first person seems a bit strange, but pointing out would be a bit prolonged as so I leave it be. Michiru jabs out on the index finger in the direction and... Not every tsundere looks blonde and has twin tails. Everyone can do it for themselves like this guy.
Baka, 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 sexy bitch, baka, 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 baka.
Speaking of which, no, I don't think this will work. No, that will not work on him, no. He knows that I'm gonna act that way every time. Anyway. As she runs out of breath in grand style, as a curtain finally drops on Michiru's one-woman show. Wow, what an idiom. The echoing of her rage breathing is the only sound in the otherwise silent classroom. Exactly 30 seconds pass. It's stop being a tsundere. Got it. Oh my god. I'm not sure if that wasn't what she was looking for or if she was just lost the will to go on, but Michiru glares at me while emitting the sound reminiscent of the malfunctioning industrial machine. Anyway, let's get along, Michiru. Yeah, it goes without saying I plan to get along with just fine on my own. It really wasn't easy being a tsundere, is it? Finally break it down, Michiru begins flinging waste paper, permanent markers, and everything else flying around in my direction in an attempt to drive me off. Are you crying? Sorry, my bad.
泣いてないバカ
There goes the tsundere! My attempt at an apology only seemed to have fueled her and guilt, so in the end I decided to temporarily withdraw isn't the fact called for. That's starting in another 15 minutes, but it would be fine. I will just go sometime somewhere.
おはようおはようございます
There's Sachi! 5 minutes before the start of class, practically at the moment I start to enter the classroom, and then Sachi arrives. The tsundere from earlier is looking at me with her naked aggression. Am I thinking that it sounds wrong? Never mind. But noticing the arrival of the others.
おはようあまねサチ
Assuming the performance in question, she promptly calls out for them.
おはようございますみちる様
What the fuck? The instigator is returned. Michiru wants to know noisy shaking hands in front of Sachi.
どうかしたんですかサチあんたそれやめてって言ったでしょみちる様ってのでもこれはみちる様が絶対にそう呼べって言ったからだからあれはその冗談で一度物理フォーマットしてもう一回入れ直せないね
Michiru, while glancing over in mind dress for some reason, she definitely entreats Sachi, Amane, and what? What the fuck? What the fuck? Leaning at the desk, she seemed to be occupied, studying and all in the laughter.
そんな絶対って言ったからだから私
Oh no! My Sachi!
泣かないでとりあえず今だけこれ命令はい泣きません
Instantly, Michiru speaks, Sachi stares outwardly, vanishes as if someone threw a switch. Michiru watches her cautiously, sweating heavily.
わかったわよ特に何も規制とかしないから好きに呼べばいいじゃないはいみちる様
Michiru struggles her way back into her seat with all the variety of a limp rag. You feeling alright, Michiru-sama?
殺すわよ
So I just wanted to give it a try.
う
Michiru collapses weakly onto her desk.
おはよ
Micro lisping voice sounds from the rear of the classroom. She says she might not be good to my presence, judging from the way she's looking beeline straight for Amane, hides herself behind her, and still screams at me.
おはようあんたの人見知りというか男見知りは本当に筋金入りね
Yep.
マキナ大丈夫よちょっとムカつくとこもあるけどこいつはそんな危ない人間じゃなさそう
Great, Michiru, you just ruined me to be nice to Makina. Appreciate it, Michiru.
別にあんたのためにしたわけじゃないわよ
Nice, Tsundere.
決まった今のは綺麗に決まった
Keep it up, keep up the good work. Apart from the large woman, this bunch of seems to present quite a variety of communication difficulties. Nothing but a frantically normal student, sir. Eh, principal? As if it responds by sarcasm with chiming of the opening bell. A perfectly normal principal appears before my eyes. Wait a second. There's only 4. As we have arrived in the beginning of the school day, I noticed the difference between the information I've read yesterday.
みんな揃ってるわねってわけでもないか
Standing at the podium, the principal noticed irregularly at a glance.
榊さんは今日はお休みかしら
No tone seems to be asking if is anyone familiar with the
今日
circumstances.
も条約出勤じゃないかしらここんとこずっとそうだし 確かに最近は夕方からしか来なくなっちゃったわね。ユミちゃんどうしたのかな。何かあったんでしょうか。
Apparently, I'm not the only one with the questions for about the lone trunk.
まあいいわ。風見くんの紹介もしたかったけど、そのうちに会えるでしょう。
You're strangely tolerant.
ちょっといろいろとあってね。じゃあ出席を取ります。
From the opening window, the scent of the tide flows into the room. Perhaps because of the walls filled with steel fences surrounding us all sides, it's not always easy to remember that this place is, in fact, close to the sea. In contrast to the breeze and the blue sky's intimidations of freedom, the gray of those cutting fences, jutting fences, speak of denial and rejection. While my classmates raised their voice energetically, I passed on time staring onto the sky. School life, huh?
ここが視聴覚教室です。すべての席にリスニングとヒアリングの機材が揃えられていて、語学学習にも適しています。
Looks that way. I can tell from the glance that this place is well equipped. Most of the time after the homeroom period, I'm getting a small introduction to school facilities from Sashi. Normally this would be the principal's job, but she seems to be occupied with official duties, so I ended up with the other tour of the class
ライブ
rep.
ラリはすべて外部にあるサーバーと高速回線でつながっていて、いつでも短時間で検索し鑑賞することができます。
Okay.
だからここには DVD とかブルーレイとかは一本もないんです。
That word coming from a student, I feel absolutely no sense of why she would say that. Like, no sense of a reason why would she say that. Which would make checking a movie out impossible, I guess.
そうですね。あまねさんはそれで前に残念がってました。
Sachi smiles a bit wearily as she speaks. Most of the stuff is probably in that pamphlet somewhere, but Sachi's explanations were comparatively to the point, clear and easy to understand. It seems she is actually quite intelligent.
過去に放送されたテレビ番組も全部ではありませんが鑑賞することができます。ないものについては請求して承認されればサーバーに入れてもらえますので。
Looks like they weren't that sloppy on the casting after all.
何のドラマの話ですか？
The school drama currently being broadcast.
以上になります。
Having completed the general review of the school facilities, Sachi's explanation comes to an end. Thanks, it was a big help.
いえ、これもクラス委員の仕事ですから。
I guess so.
それより風見さんはまだここに残るんですか？
Yeah, there's still a classmate I haven't met yet, after all.
そうですね。
Hearing my response, Sachi's brisk tone gives away the hesitant mumble. Nani? She's gonna hesitate.
なんでもないです。すみません。
After a brisk bow, she quickly runs off down the hallway. Did I trigger a death flag just now? I don't think there's a single person in the world who wouldn't worry after that kind of ominous foreshadowing. Well, it might be an overstatement. There are some pretty carefree people out there. I'm just not one of them. Seems like it would be best to be on my guard or more than usual. Or more so than usual. The light flooding in through the windows have shifted from overhead to my side. It won't be that long until the sun sets. After parting from Sachi, I walked the empty hallway alone. My surroundings were nearly soundless thanks to my habitually quiet footsteps. However, the stillness I sensed a definite presence at my destination. She finally show up. I hear faint sound from the interior of the previously silent classroom. With the confirmation, I slowly open the door. Okay, the moment I entered the classroom, the tension fills the air. Behind the window seat desk in the middle of the classroom, a chair rolls as the occupant face turns to face me. I made the impression of the girl. She doesn't appear particularly friendly. I can tell. Do you really have to say that, Yuji? I don't think that will help. While it might not be the most polite first greeting, I called out casually as I approached in order to demonstrate my lack of malicious intent. Sakaki Yumino desu ka? Her expression doesn't change. Sitting in her chair, absolutely stock still, she stares fixedly at me. I'm Kazumi Yuji. I'm a new student here as of today. I came to halt in front of her desk. So I'll be a classmate as well, it seems. Pulling out the chair just in front of her, I sit down. At the moment, we're a meter apart. Nevertheless, the woman stares at me testily as she seems to be forgetting the breeze. Rather than staring, her expression would probably be more than described as glaring. I wasn't able to introduce myself in the morning. I heard you're probably around in the morning. I kept talking regardless, with no response forthcoming. Maybe she's got her physiological problem with men, like Machina. But then again, she didn't try to run when I approached her. I changed my position from the seat to face her indirectly. Straightening the chair, I leaned forward straightly. Never mind. The motion has closed the 1 meter gap between us to about 70 meters. I'd like to at least confirm your identity. Hey! As if to clear her refusal to acknowledge my existence, the woman stands from her seat, briskly moves to the classroom. How about at least responding to me? I follow her immediately. The woman opens the classroom rear door just enough for one person to class as she tries to slip her way outside. Hey! Calling out again, I try to follow through that gap. Go! At the moment, the woman forces to slam the door shut. She clearly closed it without it knowing full well I was trying to follow. Her expression betrays surprise. Maybe she'd be expecting me to have my hand caught in the door or back off from having it slammed in my face. Instead, the door she attempted to slide closed, firmly held open by my hand. The outcome apparently she hadn't been prepared for. You could have broken my hand, you know that. Although she's the one trying to shatter my fingers, she's glaring at me like I'm the bad guy here. What exactly did I do to deserve from someone I've just met? I'm just looking for an introduction. Opening the house shut door, I take a step forward. She doesn't back down. Quite the greedy. I stopped the motion of her hand just about 5 centimeters before it started. It isn't the most efficient block, but for the purpose of diffusing her reckless hostility, an easily comprehensible action seems necessary. I was suspecting something of the sort, but you favored the classic slap to the face, I see. Maintaining the grasp of the woman's wrist, I stare her down at short range. As for the woman, she's staring right back, her eyes open with wide shock, completely still. Well then, let me ask you again. The strong orange glow of the evening sun illuminates the classroom. Are you Sakaki Yumiko? Her expression hostile as ever, the woman slowly opens her mouth, with an air of a slight resignation, but clearly unwavering in her refusal of any relation with me, she speaks. Okay, it's good to meet you. As the evening sun fell behind the cloud, the light dimmed and the classroom filled with shadow. The sound of Yumiko's breath and the faint of war of rays from beyond the walls. The certain rays on my noble student life. What? That was quick! Wow, this caught me off guard. Wow. I think this is the best way to stop. I think this is the best way to stop. I believe so. I don't want to go another hour of gameplay. Although it looks like it's about to be an hour. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy me playing Fruit of Grisaia. Or Le Fruit Le Grisaia. If you want me to do more, leave it a like if you want. As I stated earlier, I am not going to continue with the Amane. I'm not going to go first with Amane. I'm going to go first with Sachi. I am not going to lie. I'm going to go first with Sachi. This is my very first side that I'm seeing. I'm going with Sachi. Alright? But before I end it, I think the one who's doing Sakaki Yumiko, if I remember, is she the voice actor of Kuragaya Yuriko from Little Busters? I'm guessing. Because it kind of sounds a bit similar. But anyway guys, hope you guys enjoy. Save. Hope you guys enjoy. See you guys there. I am not gonna go with the Halloween outro for
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. You only want to socialize.